Hi, I'm Steve Foster. We're out here at Laguna Seca Raceway for the Monterey Historics. And today I'm with Dr. Tony Mork, and we'll be talking about his 1966 Porsche 906 Longtail that was featured in the hit movie Ford v Ferrari. So, how long have you owned this car?
A year.
A year. And what do you think about it so far?
This is an unbelievably engaging car. The handling is fantastic. Lightweight, you're close to the ground.
So if you take a look at this car, you can see a Longtail. This one was only one of a couple built in 1966 to contest the LeMans race. And by adding the additional length on the tail, they picked up almost 20 miles per hour on the top speed, which of course is really important at the LeMans race with the long Mulsanne straight. This car has a fabricated chassis that was built by a race shop in Los Angeles, and the body was 3D modeled from the Porsche original, and that's how they came up with the body, put on a Bespoke race chassis. And really unusual for a movie production company is the interior. When you look at the interior in this car, you'll notice that it's very true to the original Porsche 906, which normally for something that you would not really see in the movie, it's very cool that they took the time, effort, and expense to address the details of the interior. So Dr. Mork has graciously agreed to get into the car. I noticed that this 906 has original factory megaphone exhaust, so he's agreed to fire it up for us so we can hear what it sounds like. So let's see how he runs through the starting process, and then we'll hear what the engine sounds like.
First thing we're going to do is fire up the fuel pump and then hit the starter.
So let's check out some of the really cool details on this 906. If you'll take a look at the back, you'll notice that it's got the aerodynamic devices, the winglets, that are fully adjustable as they would have been on the original car. Another neat feature is these are the original tail light housings and tail lights. The license plate lights are actually early BMW lights that many of the race teams back in the day used to illuminate race numbers and plates on the race cars. Of course, it's got the strips here to show where the body can be lifted. This is a street legal vehicle, so this is an Arizona license plate, and this car has all the street legal features, turn signals, brake lights, horn, all of that sort of thing, and can be driven legally on the road in Arizona. On the back of this, you'll see the original German plate that would have been on these cars, because these are one of the last street cars that Porsche produced, a combination street race car. Over here, you'll notice another one of the Bosch license plate lights that has been repurposed to illuminate the roundels, which were a requirement at Le Mans so that the spotters and race officials could see the numbers in the dark of the night. This illuminates those. Coming around here, this original factory fuel gas cap, oil fill, Talbot mirrors. These are period Talbot mirrors, which are really hard to find, really pricey, but these are the mirrors that belong on the car. Porsche wheels. The 906 used a typical Porsche insert like you would find on a 912 or an early 911, and then they were assembled with a wider aluminum barrel which made for a light wheel, and then they used off-the-shelf parts, the centerpiece. Coming around to the front, original indicator lamps, stacked headlights just as they would have been on the original car. Take a look over here. You'll see that the rear clamshell is held on with these latches, which are the original latches as used on the real 906s. The steering wheel is also a really hard to find item. It's an original Monza steering wheel from 66, 67, 68. Very difficult to find. This is an unrestored steering wheel, fits the car perfectly. If you take a look at the seats, when you first see these seats, you think there's some kind of a made-up seat or something, but these really were what the seats look like on the factory 906 race cars. These little half shells with kind of a perforated German vinyl or leather. And then, you know, back here, you had a helmet on, but the back window was your headrest. The switchgear and the lights, very close to the original 906. The binnacle for the tack and the gauge on the right, as it would have been on the original. Thanks for watching this episode of Legends of the Highway, and we'd like to thank Dr. Mork for bringing out his Porsche Ford v Ferrari Longtail, and we'll see you at the next episode.